deep in the furnace of a dying star. Eons of fusion have created iron, and as the nuclear furnace is cooled, a sudden and violent explosion spread the iron across the cosmos. Over the next few billion years, these heavier elements accreted into this place that we call the Earth. Time passes, and humans discover this iron deep in the Earth and discover its mystical properties. They discover ways of forging this iron and create one of mankind's greatest inventions, the truck stop knife. This is where the story of iron ends, and my story begins. This is JJJinks Truck Stop Knives! JJJinks Truck Stop Knives! And I've got a show for you. So 6 months ago, I went on a road trip. I drove from central New Jersey to the Midwest. I stopped at a lot of places along the way, and some of them had knives, some of them had other stuff. There were weird people. I recorded a lot, and I'm going to show it all to you now. So I traveled by Jeep. You get to travel by map. Our journey begins around Princeton in New Jersey. I'm going to swing over Trenton, come up to Allentown. I'm going to jump on the I-80 because it's cheaper than the Turnpike. And we're going to make our first stop in a little town called Mifflinville, where they've got a Love's. We begin with these AK-47 knives. They're just these cheap plastic. Yeah, I've reviewed these before. I actually have one of these. And I'm going to put the phone down, try to get the blade open, and they kind of suck because they got that thumb nick that's like impossible to access. So I gave up and had a look at these flashlights, tactical flashlights. Yes, they got real tree, and oh, this black one looks pretty nice. What is that? Scipio? Does it work? No, don't work. Who cares about these stupid things anyway? Over here we have back scratchers. Oh, these are pretty cool. Shotgun shell flashlights. I was expecting it to be a knife. They make those too. Does this work? Yep, it works. Well, you know what? I think I'm going to buy one. Yeah. I'm going to take this red one and make sure it works. Yeah, fuck it, it doesn't work. Maybe this one works. And it does. Buying it. Okay, moving on. We got some stuffed animals, some tiger heads. Oh, whatever. Here's some crosses, like Midwestern, not Midwestern, Southwestern style. Who knows? Purses made up kind of in these gaudy sequins and fake turquoise, and you see these all over the place. Every Love's has this crap pretty much. Purses. Here we had some pillows that had those reversible things where, like, you rub your hand on it and it changes color. This one looks awful. And here we have a logging truck, the long hauler, and a Special Forces combat gear. Combat motorcycle, why not? Combat gyrocopter? Whatever. Pistol knives, I have a whole bunch of those, so I'm not going to bother. More flashlights, and what do we have down here? More flashlights. Big bullet flashlights, more shotgun shell flashlights. They look bigger, kind of. More back scratchers down there. Whatever. AK-47s, another pistol. This Love's had a lot of stuff to it. But I kind of already have all this. 44 Magnum. Oh, here's a card cutting knife. I have one of those too. And this is a shotgun that's actually a ballpoint pen. Fascinating. Whatever. leaving Mifflinville, we're going to drive down the road just about an hour, hour and a half or so. Not much to see here. We're going to stop in a town called Belafonte. And in Belafonte, there's this little place called the Plaza Restaurant, home of America's worst apple pie. Well, you can see someone corrected it. It's actually the best apple pie. I never tried it. But it is the gateway to the Alleghenies. And technically it's in Linton, but there's nothing out there. It's Belafonte and like these little places. Now I actually got kind of stranded at this place one time. I've been there a number of times, and it was snowing really hard. I got on the highway when I shouldn't have. It was pretty much blizzard conditions. That was not this trip, but now I have very fond memories of this place because I didn't die, which is good. Let's have a look. Well, we got light up things and sandals. This place has everything, whatever that bird thing is. Now these are tanks and aircraft made of bullets. There's the shells. I've seen that a lot. Biker wallets, whatever. Over here we have cars and dragons. It runs the full gamut, folks. Here's a dragon getting drunk on Boone's farm. Boone's farm. I forgot about that. Hey, Gandalf. Oh, here's something that's kind of trippy. Salt and pepper shaker in your eyeballs. That's kind of cool. Who thought that up? Anyway, there's an orange skull. There's a bunch of skulls. A knife skull. Well, it's all the same. Moving on, we got poncho things and cowboy boots and various clothing. Here's a lamp made of revolvers. Classy. I almost bought this, I will admit. It's so you can look thin when you're fat, like me. Here's some like American tradition pride trucker shirts. And anyway, we have some Stolen Valor hats. And now we get to the knives. There are Buck knives and some Kershaw and some off-brands that you never heard of, Buck ripoffs and whatnots. And that's about it. Alright, so we're going to leave Belafonte and keep going. There's really not much out there. Treasure Lake, Snowshoe, Kerwinsville. Oh, and there's Punxsutawney. Anyway, I'm going to stop at a place called Linton, where if you're looking for a career and you're a douchebag, or the kind of guy who wears those yellow glasses, they will hire you for more than 3 cents an hour or something like that. Anyway, this is one of those sort of emporium stops where they have a bunch of little shops and a lot of knives. Let's have a look-see. Well, we're walking in right here, and I just wanted to show you this sign. Are we there yet? Yes, you are. The Linton Truck Plaza. And there's my Jeep. Anyway, heading inside, I'm having trouble with the camera because there's a lot of people around. People get weird about being recorded, even though there's nothing like illegal about it. But you know what? I would set the natives out here. Christmas decorations. Now this place, unfortunately, it was pretty early in the morning, so a lot of them was closed. Here's like a trucker leather place, an arcade, and that's just more of the trucker leather place. There you can see the losing side of the Civil War flag. Over here, this dome thing at the ceiling's pretty neat. Oh, get your lotto tickets for the, gambling addicts. And the casino in there with slot machines and a little snack and drink shop and Keno. Yes, they even have Keno. Here's some of the knives. These are all case knives under a glass display. Not much to say about them. There's like a sodbuster / farmer's knife there and some other various folding knives. And down here, there's a U.S. Navy rust lock. Just an assortment of different things. And down there you got some of the bigger fixed blade knives. Those look like buck, maybe. I'm not sure. Don't know what those are, but whatever. And we're gonna head over to this other display. I noticed this, a women's introductory firearm course. Sign up today. These are SOG, I think. No, CRKT. Sorry. Or maybe it is SOG. There's definitely some SOG underneath those. SOG is kind of like Mall Ninja crap. And I'm going to casually kind of mosey over here. And now you get to the really creme de la creme, no-name brand garbage. I got that mermaid knife, actually. And there's a cheap pink thing and swords. All right. Well, we're just about out of Pennsylvania, and the first city we're going to come across is Youngstown. I've stayed there a bunch of times. It's not too bad. It's pretty big. Then you kind of go in the middle of nowhere, pass through Akron, sneak under Cleveland, go around Columbus, and you end up in a place called Springfield, which has one of the biggest antique centers I've ever seen. You probably need like 2 or 3 days to see everything, but I had to keep moving, so I saw a lot, and I kind of filmed everything that I could. So I will show you now. So here's the outside, and you can see some people moseying in. And holy crap, there's a lot of stuff in here. There's some old clocks that still work. It's $175 for an Ingram 8 day. And we got some plates and like a pewter cup thing and lamps and teacups and this dude with a lute. I wanted to buy him. Oh, there's a ship in a bottle. Those are cool. And over here we have some like lamp things, and oh, there's a little like cast iron lamb and lady, and a dog, and there's just so much to take in. Old flasks. Oh, look, a knife. An old timer. And here was like something else. A lot of people collect these old oil cans and Coke bottles, and they're just a little bit of everything. And it's pretty popular stuff. I mean, look at all these like lubricants, and there's some coins down here, and more lubricants. It's kind of a big market. I think it was a giant fly. There's an old lighter, Oldsmobile Club, whatever that is. Watches, and this guy's just got a little bit of everything. License plates. I don't know what that is. Anyway. Let's go to the next place. And there's a guy with a fez. Whatever. Bunch of old, like, black powder rifles. These are kind of cool. A matchlock rifle. Hard to find outside of a museum. And there's an antique British one. And yeah, they tell you some stuff about them. You can, like, read about it. Some old powder horns, more, like, pistols and stuff. This one's kind of neat. And there's, like, a old fixed blade knife. I guess saying that it's old is kind of redundant. This is more like powder horns and surgical kit. I don't know. Even more old knives, and there's not much to say about them. They're just old. Usually, these are all fixed blades. It looks like they're all overpriced. I don't know why they think these are worth like upwards of hundreds of dollars. That one in the display case is pretty cool. But just because it's old doesn't mean it's valuable. Like, a lot of these are in really bad shape, and I mean, they're case knives, and they're still there. There's a hawk bill. But, yeah, I wasn't going to pay that much money for those, especially if they're, like, rusted, falling apart. I mean, not worth it. I do like the labeling, though. They tell you a lot about them. A Union Clean Razor. There's an old Barlow there at the bottom. It's just fun to look around. Stiletto. Just more knives. Knife overload. I'll let you have a look. I'll keep quiet. Look at that tiny one. Oh, that's an old school, like, it's a paratrooper switchblade. That would be fun to get, but they would charge a lot for it just because it's paratrooper. There's an axe in a display case. It's a marbles axe. An old one. Just more freaking knives and guns. and their tanks, and their bombs. Are those flares? Wait, what's this? Shadow box? I'm not even sure what a lot of this stuff is. Well, anyway, let's see what we got next. Some turquoise jewelry and some old medals and these shadow boxes. And here's an old British-style helmet. And a lot more war memorabilia. Here's like a bunch of stuff that you typically see in the Midwest. They call it, I don't remember what they call it, like old utensils and stuff. And here's like some stuffed animals that are not real animals, but they're full of cotton, whatever. Some cool statues. Look at this guy. Oh man, that is the best one by far. Santa Claus. Hell yeah. And then these are like made from cut metal. That's kind of cool. Some old globes. Oh, look at this stuff. Oh my. What's up? And yeah, that son's a little freaked out by those guys. Racist. Anyway, let's go on to the next one. Oh, speaking of racist, how about Sambo? Play darts with Sambo. Yeah, I don't want that on my shelf. Bunch of old VHS movies. There's that. And that. Yellow Jacket Ken. Weird. And then here we have an old couple of horseshoes and some boxing gloves. Struggling to remember what they call this stuff. So it's primitives. Primitives? Oh, check this out, an old cooler. Let's see what's in it. Nothing. Primitive ware, something like that. Here's a wooden bear. Who made that? And there's a dude. And there's a lion. There's just so much to see. I love this stuff. Hello! Wave to the demon. Jesus, that's creepy. Why would you want that? Here we have some old army bags, uniforms, and I mean, who knows if this is all original? I'm sure it is. I'm sure they have experts to check it out, but a lot of it looks like it's in such great condition. It's hard to believe. You know, some old there's some Nazi stuff. Yeah. Boots, helmets, boots, guns. Like I said, a little bit of everything. Well, time to hit the road. At this point, I was pretty close to my destination, Indianapolis, where I would spend a week doing fun things, and then I left after that. But while I was there, I wanted to show you a few photos from this really cool cocktail bar I found. It's called the Inferno Room, just like in Beetlejuice. And here's one of the cocktails. Really fancy. I don't remember what it was, but it tasted good. And this one as well. I had a great time there. I recommend it. So now I'm done with vacation. I'm ready to get back on the road. This one's going to be a longer haul. I'm going to leave Indianapolis, go around Columbus again, and this time I'm going to strike up past Mount Gilead in a little town outside of Mansville called Lexington, Ohio, and check out what their Loves has to offer. Here we got some horse heads on a stick, but I wasn't really hungry. And there's some sparkly monkeys, I guess. Huh. Ooh, it's got that reversible thing on them. They just put that on everything now, don't they? And here we have Beanie Babies. Oh, here's something different. It's like snacks. Plushy snacks. Over here, we have yellow and pink real tree. Pink real tree? That's a thing? For your head? Oh, whatever. What the hell is that? I'm at a loss for words. I think I'm gonna buy it. Yoink. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, there's some more skulls and fantasy collectibles. So you got fairies, unicorns, and that dude. And charms, and here's a bottle opener skull hand. Why not? And it's magnetic. Here's some fancy hats. steampunk, steam fantasy. Um, Other people can look at your head and tell the time. Here we got some knives. There wasn't anything too special about these knives. They were like Harley Davidson and Schrade and some case knives. At this point, I think you've seen all knives that these gas stations have to offer. Here's some more fantasy stuff. Dragon sitting on an egg. And, oh, this is kind of cool. There's like stuff made out of like auto parts and bike chains. And oh my god, that is an alien. They have aliens and predators and Boba Fett. Wow. That is so cool. I'm going to buy the alien. Yeah, this thing is too badass not to buy. So, I did. Anyway, moving on. Now, there was this place that I saw on the way over that I really wanted to check out in Canton. So I leave that place and just kind of head across straight to Canton, where you'll find a huge outdoors emporium kind of place called Fin Feather Fur Outfitters. If it's got fins, feathers, and fur, we'll sell you something that you can use to kill it. Let's go inside and have a look. So, just to show you how big this place is, here's the front entrance. The building just kind of wraps around and it keeps going. And it's bloody huge. There's my shadow. And as I was walking in, I noticed this sign on the window. Yeah, I forgot what it said, so I guess it wasn't that important. Anyway, let's have a look inside. Carhartt and Vortex. I guess they're going to have clothing too. Wow. Wow, this place is so big. Holy crap. They have gun safes. Yeah, try to get that in your car. Gosh, these are huge. You can get them in any color you want, really. Pick up only. They won't take it to your door, I guess. Oh, well. Oh, these are little ones. That's cool. More clothing. Oh. Did someone walk by? I wasn't sure if I saw anything or... It was like the Predator. Anyway, you got camping backpacks, camping everything, gloves, underwear, you name it. And they'll put it in camo. Here we have some bullets. More bullets. More bullets. More bullets. Oh, God, that's a lot of bullets. You can fight a war from this. Look at all the deer heads. That's what you need all the bullets for. They have more than just a head. Was that caribou? Da bears. Da ducks. And more bears. They even shot a beehive. Wow. And over here we have all these jingoistic American t-shirts that talk about guts, glory, and Ford. Not the president, but the company. These colors don't run, they reload. Please do not open bags. Defend my rights. Anyway, here are the knives. We got some Bally songs and fixed blades. Everything in yellow. I think those are Leatherman. Multi-tools. And over here you got some SOG down there at the bottom. And I don't even know how many different brands are here, but here's Victorinox. You got your Swiss Army knives. And anyway, let's move on to the next. These are all case knives. We got some doctor's knives. How about that? I love those. And here, everything in yellow in this picture are buck knives. As you can see, you got your 110 down there in the bottom and the 112. The general's knife. Anyway, oh, and I can't get one of these shipped to New Jersey, so I just bought it myself. Anyway, wrist rockets. These are those slingshots that you can kill people with. More SOG knives. Like, they shoot giant BBs. They're like giant bearings. They're fun. Played with them when I was little. Here's like 5 packs of knives, so you'll just never run out, I guess, and sharpeners. And you got, what are they selling here? I couldn't see anything on the shelves. Gun magazines, gun parts, guns. um, I don't even remember what that is. More sharpening stuff. Here's an airsoft gun. It's an FN Scar. Here's an AK-47. And over here you got various pistols of different types. And over here you got pellet BB gun type things. And if it shoots, they sell it. And you got your garbage Gerbers. Some more just, what is that, mace? Mace makes knives? Huh. Oh, yeah, fascinating. What do we got over here? We have deer. Target practice deer. These are $150, and you can get a full-size damn deer that, like, you can shoot at with, like, bow and arrow, I'm assuming. Hello. And over here, you got, what was this? I don't even remember. It was a 55-gallon, whatever. Here's a bunch of deer feed. So after you capture one, you can feed it. Okay? Over here, you got your bows, crossbows, more crossbows. So this place was awesome. I was pretty tired at this point. I just wanted to get home. So I didn't really stop very many places on the way. I just kind of drove straight through. I took the Pennsylvania Turnpike this time, which costs money, but it gets you there faster. And I got home and played with all the stuff that I bought. So I'm going to show it all off to you now. So this is the Squirmel. And basically it's suspended from a piece of what they call magician's wire. Really thin wire. So it's really hard to see. And basically you wrap the wire around something and you can have the Squirmels do tricks. And they put these like goofy, googly eyes on them. So if you notice in a couple of my videos, I had one like crawl across me and I was pretending to not notice. Some people noticed and they were like, what the hell was that? Well, now you know. You got to see the origin of this thing. And there's actually a video on YouTube where they show you how to do different tricks and stuff with these, and it's hilarious. I don't know why this exists, but it was one of the best purchases I've ever made in my life. It was just a few bucks. It's fun as hell. Anyway, here's that shotgun shell flashlight that I bought. It still works, and now I have one. I mean, that's pretty much what I say about most things I buy. It's like, and now I have one. Mission accomplished. In the video, I kind of saw this 45 bullet kind of laying back in one of the display cases, and I actually ended up getting it. And it's just got this teeny tiny little snub stub knife. And, oh, yeah. Before I forget, I had to show off this badass. So this was that alien thing, well, xenomorph that I spotted, and I just had to get it. Some of the parts I recognize are like the fingers are made of screws, and the hand here is a nut. The shoulder is like more nuts. So some of it's welded, some of it's just kind of screwed on, like the tail, for example. It's a chain, but it's just held in by these two pegs, so you can like dismantle it. And then the end of the tail is just a screw. So you can also unscrew its torso. It's just a bolt and a nut. So here are the legs, more nuts, and this thing is just fun and like here's a single link to a bike chain. Whoever thought of doing this is just a genius. And the back spikes or screws. I really should have bought more, or I wanted to, but I guess maybe I shouldn't have, because I just don't have the room for all this stuff. But yeah, good purchase. Truck stop memorabilia. All right. Now, when I was at that feather fun place, I bought 3 knives. I got myself... Oh, that's not it. Excuse me. Here it is. I got the Spyderco Delica with black fiberglass reinforced nylon. I've wanted one of these for a long time, and then I finally got one, and it's easily one of my favorite knives. And it's been kind of ripped off, sort of, by this company called Byrd, B-Y-R-D, which is a part of a company called Gonzo, and it's the Firebird model. Do I have that right? No, Byrd is a part of Spyderco. Gonzo makes the Firebird, which is not part of Spyderco, but you can see the similarities, and it's just not as good. I just need to make a separate video for why Spyderco makes such good knives. And anyway, I also bought that navy blue scaled Kershaw Leek, which has a blade shape I really like, that pseudo Wharncliffe. It's very sharp, and it's sleek, and I like this blade immensely. I also bought my orange Moriniv companion knife. It was like $15, and you can find them cheaper online, but I was like, you know what, here I am, I bought it. Tomorrow I leave for another road trip, and I will chronicle the whole thing. This has been JJJinks. Truck stop.